Okay, so what we're gonna do is now is doing the tickets. Make sure that we have it set to tear off and all that. Like right here, like how I mentioned it earlier, that sometimes this is so it's gonna be here because of the white paper, but because it's not, the length is not right. So we make the adjustment here. So make sure the holes are in there. Trying to get inside the teeth right here. And then usually I like to do this side first because this one's always the one that it stays. So it's there. Make the adjustment. Make sure that it's flat like that. It's not popping. If it is, then move it a little bit. Now I got this to the point that it needs right there, and close this. Okay. So now I'm gonna hit the load button. It loads it. We're gonna make our microfiche. We're gonna do where it's gonna start printing first. So you're gonna hold down the 3-second button until it starts blinking, and then sometimes the printer does that. It depends on the. I haven't figured out why it does that. It varies at times and stuff. There's sometimes that you grab a printer and you're able to do it like that with no issues, like how we're having. But sometimes we have to turn off the printer and just turn the knob. Again, I know on the paperwork says do not turn the knob unless it's turned off. And that's the safest. So we put it there. Turn the printer back on. That's the process. You want to scoot it up a little bit, scoot it a little down where you want it, and then hit save. That's safe. That saves it where it starts printing. So let's do the tear off. So you're gonna hit that little blinks, hold down the 3-second pause button. Hopefully that goes up. We're just gonna, again, for some reason the printer, it's a printer thing that it does it. It varies. Sometimes you might be able to use this button and it will go up. Sometimes it won't, like how it is doing to me. So what we're gonna do is turn off the printer and turn it on. And just be careful with these little nicks on the paper because that will cause an issue when it's printing, because it'll start tearing up and then it'll start damaging. So just be very careful about that. So I would just put it about right here. That way you could use your auto microfiche adjustment. So we're gonna turn the printer back on. Hit the tear off, and then hit the 3-second button. Yeah, we just probably gonna have to just do it a little bit. Again, it all depends on the printer. There's no way to control that. Sometimes it just does it on its own. So let's turn it on again. We made our adjustment on the knob. This way, since it's a little up, I could just move it down because I'm able to do that. Take the tear off. So now hit the 3-second button. It goes into the micro adjustment mode, and then we just go down. There you go. And then should be able to, I would just like pretend like I'm gonna tear it. It's all good. Close, turn that off, and then turn that off. And then set the tear off. It's where it needs to be. Now, this again, to make sure that you have this, because if the tickets will overlap and it'll start going inside here, the rollers, and then it's gonna damage. It'll start causing a lot of issues right here. I would also put this top gear, the top part. That way it protects all this right here from the dust and stuff. Fortunately, it's the beast of the it's our nature of a business where it's dusty and cement and all that. So, but this is where it needs to be cut off. So we made our adjustment there. Turn that off, and then go here, plug it in, and then you hit turn off right there, and you just tear it. Because if you see right here, there's the teeth, and that's where you're gonna tear it off, like that. Tear it off. Pretty much that's it. Turn it off. When you set your tickets to the course, like Oki Data it'll start printing down to the bottom. Again, it depends where it starts on your end, so you might have to make the adjustment on there, but make sure that you hit this right. Like if you're gonna make an adjustment, just hit load. Don't hit the tear off because you're not turning it off, and it sets where right here for us. But if you need it lower, you just make sure that you hit this button right here, and of course, like I said, it just changes on its own, and you just make the adjustment. Let's say I want it there, so I'm gonna turn it back on. Turn that on, and just move it up. And there you go. That's where I wanted to start printing. Then set my printer, let it talk to the machine, and it'll start going. It starts printing, like it starts doing its things, printing and all that. Depending on your ticket, how thick it is, but our ticket's like it's 4-page also. And it's thin, so you are gonna want this to level it as put it on 2. Right now it's gonna be at 1, but because of the thinness of the white papers, but put it at 2. Or if it's a 4-piece, if you have like 5 tickets in one, then put it at 5 or 6, or depending on the thickness of this ticket. So, but our tickets are thin, so we're gonna put it as 2. I noticed that it causes an issue where we're printing. Sometimes this part will go high and this part will go low. It's because of the things not tracking right. So that's why we put it on 2. So that'll fix it. Replacing these cartridges is pretty much easy, kind of. You just remove this little tab. You just push this tab up, and you just take it out. Get the new one. Pop it off of here. Put it here. Put it in. Then put this back in, and then turn it to make it straight. Trying to think what else troubleshootings that I come across. More of the troubleshootings are usually on Sys9 with the ticket. When you're printing a ticket and goes over to the next ticket, it's usually because one of the numbers in the bottom or something that is not in the set correct box. So you're gonna have to make the adjustment off the Sys9 machine. After that, everything should just print in one ticket. Also, in Sys9, you have to change inside the settings the ticket length, since you're gonna have to change it to whatever ticket length is there. Sometimes like it'll say like a 7, like when you go to ticket format, and then on the top it'll say ticket length. So you change that to, if it's an 8.5 ticket, you change it to a 10 or 11. 11 is the safest. If it's 11, you put it as a 17. So it all depends. It's like sometimes it's something that you have to just play around with. Let's see what else. Hopefully your tickets are from the back, so that makes it a lot easier compared to the front and the bottom. It'll work the same way, but there's more parts to it. But I'm just showing you the rear. One of our locations that we have in Victoria, it comes from the bottom because of the room. They didn't have enough room, and plus they had a Lexmark printer where they have it from the bottom that comes out. So I had to make my adjustments with the whole settings and all that. there's anything else I can help you with. I think that's pretty much covers everything on this printer. Right now, also, the printer speed is also always gonna go fast, like in the beginning, and then eventually it's gonna the speed of it seems to kind of slow down. Is because what I read is the printer itself goes into a safe mode to save its to make sure that it doesn't get damaged or anything. So that's a normal thing for the printer. Well, thank you very much. You guys have a good day.